I ain't never made a call to Diddy. I got Diddy's number. Just hit him up. Yo, Diddy, what up? Never happened.
He told me to take me shopping. I looked at him like, what you just say?
This is a tight one. And the winner is Eminem, the Eminem Show.
Wait, he didn't just spell the word rapper and leave out a P, did he? Yep.
You really hate Sean Combs.
Why would they be thinking that?
Because of the things that you post on Instagram,
Yeah,
because of the...
Look at this. And let's stop for a second and do say that I hated him enough to hire his kids. And we've never done anything to each other. So it's just competitive energy and things that you say about other artists while you're in hip-hop culture.
That's why I don't be going to them puppy parties. They can hug you from the front and the back at the same time. What the fuck you talking about? Look, if you into that, I'm fine with it. See if so. I'm just saying this ain't my down the party. I like it. So comfortable. I think I belong in the girls' bathroom. Like that is what it is.
The reason why their groups are so close is because all of them have a certain type of STD. I think they all got the alphabet. Now, bear with me, guys, because I'm not even trying to cap. I looked at it like this. You know they're not using condoms, right? So if you're in a party not using condoms, it ain't like you could catch something twice, right? You know, so if you already got something, it ain't like you can catch it again. So I believe, one of my theories is that these people at these Diddy parties were so close because they all had STDs.
I also participated. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participate. So.
Was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day? Obviously, I know what's going on there, but is there a reason you never did?
I'm just not with all that. Like all of the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic or normal.
What if everything you thought about hip-hop's biggest stars was hiding something darker? For years, hip-hop has been shaped by big egos, rivalries, and secrets, but one of the longest and most public feuds is between 50 Cent and Diddy. What started as quiet competition between two New York legends slowly turned into nearly 20 years of tension, with 50 Cent taking shots at Diddy. Recently, things got more serious when 50 Cent claimed he knows what really happens at Diddy's private parties, even hinting that some major celebrities were involved, shocking the music world. Their conflict goes back to the early 2000s, when 50 Cent was rebuilding his life after being shot 9 times and dropped from his record label. During that time, he wrote lyrics for others to survive, and one of those verses ended up on a track connected to Diddy's circle. Even though they never directly worked together, that moment put them in the same space, and from there, the tension only grew, setting the stage for years of public drama.
More cred than you, living after being shot 9 times.
I don't know what the criteria is off of street credibility.
That's it.
If there's something that creates more merit for you. I looked at that experience as something that was unfortunate that I had to.
I forget, why did the guy shoot you 9 times? Was it drugs or something?
He was paid to do it.
He was paid to do it?
Yeah.
Who would want to shoot you?
Why were you targeted?
You're such a good guy.
This is my past.
It was a drug thing?
No,
like a business thing?
Karma.
Karma?
Explain to me again why this guy was hired to shoot you 9 times.
Well, he was paid because someone, felt like that I would potentially do something to them if they kept going in the direction that they were going.
Man, you are tough.
What are you talking about?
The fact that somebody put out a hit on him because he was going to f somebody up? What kind of shit is it? That's crazy.
But what is this all over?
I don't know.
It's difficult to explain, because you're not actually in the environment or involved in it.
Just explain it.
Explain it to me.
We'll see if we can follow it.
Nah, man,
What happened? What had you?
It's so tough.
You were pissed off at someone and you were going after them. What were you pissed off about?
No, we was just having differences.
Oh, like over what? A woman?
No
just
way. Going back and forth. Like a guy got robbed in the actual neighborhood.
And he accused you of robbing.
No, he just seen me communicating with someone who actually
robbed him.
And he misinterpreted the conversation because he seen me laughing and us talking, but he didn't know I grew up with the guy.
You're talking to a guy who you don't even know of this other guy.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden they think you're in cahoots with this guy.
Yeah, because you see you laughing and talking, they figure you laughing and talking about them.
Pain-wise, how bad is it to get shot in the face?
Probably, I don't know how to describe that outside of...
Is it a 10 on the pain scale?
It's not really because it's not as painful as having to visit the dentist repeatedly for root canal.
Really? Do you think you're dead at that point when you take 9 bullets? Do you go, oh, this is it, I'm checking out?
Well, it's a life-threatening situation. It's just not. I've seen people going to the hospital under circumstances that were way less intense and not come out.
Yeah, it's a miracle you live. Did you think you were like Jesus had like saved you or something? Like, did you have a
Where were
religious?
all these bullets?
You have those moments where you get a little closer connection to your higher power because you kind of don't have an answer.
But where were all these bullets? Because if you're shot 9 times and you live, it probably didn't hit anything important.
Meanwhile, how lame is this guy who shot you?
Everything's important, Robin. Everything's important.
But 50, how lame is this
Put you in one of your unimportant areas, Robin.
Yeah, right. What's an unimportant area? You're right.
What the?
Oh, yeah, he shot you in unimportant areas.
I'm talking medically.
But it's amazing his face isn't scarred from getting shot in the face,
I
right?
got the little dimple.
He later announced something even bigger, a full documentary series focused entirely on Diddy and the growing list of allegations against him. He made it clear this wasn't just social media drama, but a serious project meant to expose the hidden side of one of the most powerful figures in the music industry. By May, 50 Cent had already sold the rights to Netflix, making sure the story would reach millions of people around the world.
And it's like all of the problems are coming from the ministers touching little boys. What you mean? The laws are the way they are because because
of the priests.
The priests touching little boys.
Why are we looking at me, bro? I just go to church. I just go to church. Right? I have to do with this. I have an alibi.
That's why the laws allowing you to go that far back.
Turn away from you, right? I'm just a Catholic kid. Why? You've been dead. No. I don't know. No. What's the body of Christ take? What's that religion? You can't do that.
He's like, drink my blood.
So it is crazy when after 20 years they come out. That is foul.
But with Puffy, you were the only one saying anything for decades.
Yeah, because we had our own little thing.
But you were the only. Everybody else is scared.
Huh?
But everybody else is scared. So you think maybe this is a similar thing where everybody else is scared? I don't know what it is. I'm just asking.
They're scared.
But if they're scared, then that's why they
insinuating Jay-Z a little bit.
Yeah.
Like you've been saying people are gonna come for him a little bit.
No, he would do funny, funky stuff like the Super Bowl. Like it was not okay for me to be at the Super Bowl.
Oh, he tried to cut that.
Yeah, he didn't want me to. Well, they worked to make like there was an issue with me in the NFL that doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm. So he did the corporate way of trying to keep you down. Oh, it's not me, it's them.
It's them. And then when M says he's not gonna do it if I'm not there,
let's go.
Yeah.
That's what's your and Jay's issue?
It's just competitive stuff.
It's really just competitive.
This is what I'm saying. When it gets past actual art, like actual music, and you try to block something that's in business, then it feels weird. It feels like we should be having beef.
Mm. Oh, okay. So that's the behind the scenes thing that we don't see. It's one thing when there's like people talking about each other in music, but there's behind the scenes business deals that a guy is getting involved with on the side. And it's not like you're going to go public and be like, they tried to stop my vitamin water.
This deal. And you go, he said that to you? Like,
wow.
Like they'll speak to your temperament. Like say, if 50 is a little crazy, he'll say anything. You see what saying anything did to Kanye.
So they're he's basically trying to scare people out of the
For now, nothing is fully settled, but 50 Cent keeps insisting that a secret list exists, and he promises he'll reveal it sooner or later. When Diddy's trial ended, he was cleared of major charges like racketeering and trafficking, but he was found guilty of transporting women for prostitution, confirming that some long-running rumors about his private life were actually true. 50 Cent didn't hold back. He used the verdict not just to mock Diddy, but to argue that it proves his lifestyle was built on manipulation and deception, backing up the claims he's been hinting at for years.
Thank you. Now let's get to a few of this morning's other big headlines.
Starting with a bombshell announcement amid the mounting lawsuits against Sean Diddy Combs, Houston rapper 50 Cent announced yesterday that he's the executive producer of a docuseries about the assault and allegations against Combs. The series will also discuss trafficking and racketeering charges Combs is facing. The series is expected to make a premiere on Netflix, but a date has not yet been set.
So you have something huge coming up, which is a documentary about P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out like crazy.
But I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parts.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participate. So.
Was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day? Obviously, I know what's going on there, but is there a reason you never did?
I'm just not with all that like all of the stuff that he's doing. I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic or normal. You go to the 90s and QPD said they paid him to kill Tupac.
Yeah.
So like, with the craziest accusations, you had TMZ created a docu-series. They went to Tubi, but the series is saying the downfall of Diddy.
You're one of the first persons in entertainment to really call out people and kind of have that authority in that to be able to call people out. I mean, which is pretty amazing. You're kind of, in some ways, draining the swamp of Hollywood. And
yeah, I don't have a support system. I don't have a support system of a peer group of artists that I require to do what I'm doing. I've had to be on my own from the beginning. So I don't necessarily have a responsibility to behave a certain way according to them. You know, and look, if I didn't have an award-winning director on it, if I hadn't put the right people in place to produce it properly, I would understand why they would question or doubt anything. You know?
Let me ask you this. Do you think she knew what he was doing? I believe she knew he was doing the freak-offs. But do I believe she knew he was allocating different monies to different places and which way it was going, which offshore accounts, which Swiss banks accounts, and all that shit was going in? Nah. I think she just was enjoying the fruits of the labor. But why you believe she knew about the freak-offs? Because one of the witnesses said she was there. And do you remember this, bro? Check it out. People tell off on themselves so much, man, and I don't understand when people don't catch it. Diddy has said this. He said, when I give a party, I have to have an ambulance outside of the house. Paramedics ready. That people have to take IV. Remember the time that him and his mama kissed each other on the lips? Yeah, I remember that video. Do you remember that both of them was getting an IV at the same time? Yeah, I did notice that. That's from the Diddy freak-off party. And I'm going to say allegedly. So let me ask you this. You knowing her, you knowing her personally, is she the kind of person that, will be a part of a freak-off party? I think that she liked to party, and she party with young people. She's always been like that. But to get back to this lawsuit, right, Lil Rod, he also alleges that, Diddy, he would grope his genitals and he would grope his anus. My man, I didn't understand that one right now because his anus is your asshole. His genitals is his nut. So I guess he had to be naked when Puff was doing that. Where was he at? What was he doing? Because he said that they never had. So if you read it in the thing, they never had. He made claims that they never had. But how would he grope your anus? Your asshole? How would he play with your genitals? Yeah, it don't make sense. I mean, it don't make sense. How you wake up butt the F naked with two other men in the bed with Diddy and nothing happened? I think he was just trying to save face, man. But do you think it's a possibility that he meant that, Diddy will grope his, butt, instead of anus? I mean, I'm trying to figure out how does that work? Somebody groping your anus. You're going to say your butt. The lawyer would say, what do you mean? He would say, my butt cheeks. There's a such thing called butt cheeks. Your two cheeks. He said anus. The anus is the asshole. How did he get that far? Lil Rod, you gotta say no to Diddy something. No, that ain't funny, man. But you gotta say no. So from you reading the lawsuit, right, you feel like he had relations with Diddy? When me being a former investigator, I think Lil Rod was trying to save face on certain things, that he had somewhat of a relationship or he was doing some things with Diddy that he didn't want to really come out in that fashion. Because there's no way that he gonna wake up and his anus is hurting and his genitals is all over the place and he's in the bed after being drunk or drugged and saying nothing happened. And you think that Diddy gonna be in the bed with 3 other men and nothing happened? It doesn't sound logical. if we're reading and believing what he said in those papers. If you woke up in bed and you was drunk or intoxicated on ecstasy, on whatever drugs that they put in there, roofied you or whatever, and you not and you not feeling right, something is wrong. Wouldn't you say? Something is wrong. He didn't say, we woke up with all my clothes. He said, we woke up butt the F naked.
Instead of slowing him down, the fallout actually made 50 Cent stronger because what came out in court made it harder for people to dismiss his claims as just talk. In hip-hop, credibility is everything, and each new detail gave him more of it. His moves don't seem random either, they feel planned, especially as he links Diddy's trial to his Netflix documentary, keeping the story alive even after the headlines fade. Through Instagram posts, jokes, and subtle hints about a possible celebrity list, he keeps fans and insiders watching closely, unsure if or when names will drop, but many believe if anyone will reveal them, it's 50 Cent. At this point, it looks like his goal isn't just to call out Diddy, but to control the narrative and push the industry to face things it has ignored for years. The public follows every clue, convinced he knows more than he says, while many insiders stay quiet, afraid of damaging their careers or upsetting powerful connections. That silence only adds fuel to 50's claims. And unlike others, he doesn't seem to need approval. His success across music, film, TV, business, and more gives him the freedom to speak louder than almost anyone else.
Violation I have experienced during the assault has had lasting effects on my body, causing ongoing health problems and complications. The combination of physical and emotional pain has created a cycle of suffering from which it is so hard to break free. I want to continue on this journey towards recovery and healing. I'm glad that he is locked up, but that a temporary feeling of
was turning straight men gay. That was his thing. Where's Hype? What's his last film project?
Really?
Yeah, DMX was a star in that.
Facts. Facts. Jam, my question to you is, and again, we're just talking the psychology of a man.
What if the entertainment industry is nothing but a cover for a worldwide dream?
You mentioned who's on tapes and who got tapes out.
Yeah.
The purpose of having a recorded freak off.
Yeah.
What does that do for the male? What does that do for the female? Like, and some females are cool with it. What is the thought behind that as far as let's record this session and either rewatch, keep it for sale? Is it evidence? Is it just like, what is the mentality behind having
if you can
the
own
visual memory?
Their vulnerability. If you can own that, you have the ability to control and manipulate that person. See, guys start off by saying, "Oh, man, I don't want to watch porn. I just want to watch us." See, that's the line.
That's the line.
Wouldn't you rather me be watching us than watching a bunch of other? See, the finesse, that fluff. Do you really want me watching anybody else but you? I could look at you all day. Vanity. See? Make her feel special. Make her feel like she's the only, the object. Meanwhile, this is sitting here thinking, so her daddy works at Sony and I need such and such as contract ended.
Does it also work this way for men?
Absolutely. And it's worse for the men. Women are used to being the victims of, not men. No man walks in thinking that another man is looking at him like a lollipop. Not a straight man. You are only hip to the that you hip to. You know what I mean? Which is why you hear so many people say they went to Diddy parties and they felt like something was off and decided to leave, or they got invited to another room and they decided to go because they felt like it wasn't right, or whatever the case may be. These was literally walking in there, not thinking. Seriously, like, but the thing is, they were still willing to take the chance to go because everybody's been hearing
This
these.
isn't just about revenge or entertainment for 50 Cent anymore, it's about accountability. He's made it clear that he wants Diddy to face real consequences, and he's ready to use every tool he has to make that happen, from social media to documentary filmmaking, and even the possible release of names tied to the situation.
I did nothing Puffy did. Yeah, no, it was just so excitement. There's so much excitement that there was no reason for me to put something in our drink.
Oh my goodness.
I need you to remember. I need you to remember this.
The foundation.
Thank you.
We haven't liked each other business-wise for a long time.
Oh, that's why it's only business. It was really away from that. I explained why I didn't hang out with him, right? Because
It's not your scene.
It's not my stuff.
Not your scene.
They hug you from the front and the back at the same time. I got uncomfortable with him because the way he was asking to try and get me to hang out with him was like, "Yo, I'll take you shopping." Like, and I'm like, "What you mean?" Like, that's something you say to a woman you're attracted to, maybe.
Right.
It's just weird, bro. Like, and now you start to see a lot of the weird stuff that was there. It looks like it all lines up, don't it? It was not in the closet. It was in front of you, and you wasn't seeing it because you see the beards, or you see the girls. So you didn't look at them the way it actually is to a degree. And when I say people respond, how people respond to things matter, like the internet will take to it and just go off with it. Meek responds being the uncomfortability. He goes, "Yo, nah, I gotta spend $100,000 to find out why my name is in this like this." And it's in it only because he's uncomfortable. You don't hear him talking about French. French was right there. Right? Why you get so quiet? You guys make me feel like I'm so scared.
Well, no, I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot.
No, they see this. You see this. They see this.
You see it.
Nah, you see this. They won't act like that. "Oh, we got nothing to do with that. If we could just..."
No, that ain't it.
What started as jokes and personal shots has now turned into something much bigger after nearly 20 years. The feud between 50 Cent and Diddy has reached a whole new level. 50 Cent now claims he knows which celebrities were affected by Diddy's controversial parties and is determined to expose that information. With a Netflix documentary series on the way, the conflict is no longer private drama.